Hey, today I'm going to show you how to know if AI is sending any traffic to your law firm website. And before I get into it, I'm just going to show you some examples how much AI traffic some of our clients are getting right now. The first example here is a client that got 204,000 visitors from Google in the last 12 months. If we look at how much traffic they're getting from AI, although this is growing quite fast, it's just 300 visitors. So the difference is huge. They're basically getting 0.3% of their traffic from AI. So although there's a lot of hype about AI, and I do think it's the future, right now the numbers say that most of the traffic for local businesses is still coming from Google, especially with terms related to law firms. So people are still used to typing lawyer near me, family lawyer near me, divorce lawyer near me, and these kinds of things into Google. And they're interested in looking at the map pack because the map pack usually shows them who's ranking number one or the top 3 players with reviews and more information. People are used to that, and that's why they don't really use AI as much right now, although I think this is going to shift. Not entirely, but still, the numbers are increasing. If you look at the ChatGPT statistics, the number of weekly active users has been growing exponentially. The last data we have right now is like in April 2025, ChatGPT had 800 million weekly users. So that's a lot of users. And also, another statistic here is that ChatGPT currently has around 81.5% of total generative AI market share. So this is the LLM search engine that you should be worried about the most if you want to optimize for it. I'm going to also show you some other examples. Here's another client. They're getting 34,000 clicks from Google in the last 12 months. And for them, AI traffic has been growing a lot. And in their particular niche that they're in, the strategy we're doing for them is that we're heavily focused on marketing their business with content. And with content, the major shift that has been happening is that AI overviews and GPT is taking a lot of the top of the funnel searches, meaning that if someone is looking for answers to their questions, AI will give the answer, and people are not going to go to websites that often anymore. Most people are just going to get the answer. And if they need someone to actually fulfill on the services, then they will transition over to going to someone, to a website or a service provider. But with them, because we've focused on AI, this work has also paid dividends because their users from AI has been growing a lot. But the first thing is to make sure that you are keeping track of how many visitors are coming from AI, and then you can start to measure what are the specific things that you can do. And then once you implement those activities, once you take action, once you start to put in the work to get more visitors from AI, is it actually paying dividends? Is it actually working for you? So this is why you need tracking. Client number 3, 34K, almost with 35K visitors from Google in the last 12 months. But from AI, only 101 in the last 12 months. Again, this is growing heavily, but still the size or the ballparks are still so small. So 0.3%. Example number 4, 60K organic visitors and 705 from AI. So this amounts to 1.2%. This is such a small percentage right now, but then again, it is growing. Like you see the numbers here, these numbers are growing. And we have another graph here as well. These are monthly numbers, traffic by month. By March 2025, ChatGPT had reached 4.5 billion visitors or users. And by July 2025, it's already almost 6 billion. You do need to pay attention to it. And a good way to pay attention to it is to know how to track how many visitors are coming from ChatGPT and other AI search engines. And the best way to do it is to set up some filters on Google Analytics. And I'm going to show you how to do it. And first of all, if you don't have Google Analytics set up for your business, then I highly encourage you to do that. We take care of this for our clients, but if you don't know how to do it, you can just go to YouTube and find how to set up Google Analytics for my business. But let's assume that you have already done that. So the way to check for how much traffic you're currently getting from AI is go to Google Analytics. And under Home on the left-hand side here, you have to go to Reports. Press Reports. And now under Reports, you need to open up Business Objectives. And from here, press on Generate Leads. And from here, go to Traffic Acquisition. Now, if you just want a quick glance to see how much traffic you're getting from AI, a simple way to do it is by just go to this periods here. And by default, it should be the last 28 days. I recommend that you select last 12 months. Now press Apply. And now just make a mental note of how much traffic you got in the last 12 months. This client here, they have received over almost 350,000 sessions in the last 12 months. So make a mental note of it. And now just go to Add a Filter in the Filters section. In the Select a Dimension, start typing in Source. And now choose Session Source or Medium. Match type, you would need to choose Matches Partial Regex. Now to the value, paste this in here, and I will also add this in the description of the video so that you would know what to copy and paste in here. What this will do is show you the amount of traffic you got from AI search engine in the last 12 months. And another thing you would need to do here is go to Session Primary Channel Group and change it to Session Source Medium. This will show you traffic that you got from different referrals. If you remember, the previous number was almost 350,000 visitors. But now if you look at the sessions from these different AI search engines, we only see that like around 356 of the visitors are coming from AI search engines. So that's 0.1%. I'm not saying ChatGPT or AI search engines are insignificant, but right now they still are. But still, I would recommend you to pay attention to it. Pay attention to the ranking factors that you need to emphasize and focus on to be quoted and cited on AI search engines as well. And mainly focus on ChatGPT because they are the dominant player in terms of generative in the generative AI market. Now, if you want to set this filter up so that you could come back to it by just pressing a few buttons and not having to use the same regex code every time, maybe you will forget about it or you don't have a good place to save it in. What you can do is on the left-hand side here, once again, choose the reports. Now go to library. Now from here, choose create new report and choose create detail report. Now you will be given either the option to choose a blank template or start from an existing template. And what we're going to do is we're going to choose the traffic acquisition one. Now from here, this is the typical traffic acquisition report. What you can do here is you would simply need to add a filter to filter out all the AI traffic. Just press on the right hand side, choose add filter, and you will need to add the same dimensions and the same information that we did before. Just start typing in source, choose session source medium, match type, choose match as partial regex, and now just paste in the code from the description of this video. Now choose apply. From here, go to session source medium again, and now you have this view here that we saw before. And now if you save it, you can also name it something that you would remember. The easiest thing to add here is just LLM traffic. And I also like to add a date because sometimes the LLMs that are generating traffic for you might change. To add a date here, I do wish I add 9 for the current month and the year, and then just save it here. And now if you want an easy place to access this by just a few click of a button, of course you could just come here to reports, to library, and then just find this one here. If you press on it, it will go to the report that we just, if you go to business objectives here under collections, press on the 3 dots and choose edit. Now reports, search for the which is created, LLM, drag it under generate leads. And I usually like to add it under landing page. Let me show you. You can just drag it here, save, and save changes to current collection. And now let's say the next time you come to your Google Analytics, you want to quickly find the LLM report. What you can do is you can just go to your reports here. And on the left, under business objectives, open up generate leads, and you will see LLM traffic here. Just press on it, and you have the information here. And based on this information, you can start to make decisions. You can start to adjust your strategy with LLMs. You can see how meaningful this traffic is for you right now. And you can also see like the actions that you're taking, are they actually paying dividends for you? Are you going to rank better in the AI search engines after the changes that you have done? So I'm going to continue to publish different videos on how to rank better in different AI search engines. We recommend you that you subscribe so you see the other videos, and then you should take action on the recommendations that I give you and also on the other recommendations that you could read online about how to rank better in the AI search engines. Then here you could start to see the impact. And also another thing that you can do, if you're interested in numbers and if you're more interested in tracking, something I also like to do is you can add annotations. So let's say you saw a useful guide on how to rank better on LLM search engines. What you can do is you can just add an annotation here. So basically just add a note to the graph here about what you did on that given days. Let's say you got a new tip about how to rank better in AI search engines. You took action. It was an immediate thing that you could do. Then you can just simply open annotations and choose create annotation and name the annotation. So let's say got listed on superlawyers.com or superlawyers.com listing and live. And then you just add today's date, live, create annotation. Like I'm not going to save it for now because it's not relevant for me for this project. But yeah, this is how you can start saving annotations, and you can see, you can start to track the changes, how your rankings are going to improve based on the changes that you did. I hope this was helpful. I hope this video will help you to set proper tracking for LLM search traffic. So thank you and have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, do you own or run marketing for a family law firm in the United States? If you do, I have a simple offer for you. Do you want to know who's currently ranking #1 in your city, how much they are making from ranking #1, and what would you need to do to beat them, to rank #1 yourself? If you press the button down below, I'm going to ask you 3 things: the city you're in, your own domain name, and your email, because I'm going to record a short 5 to 10 minute Loom video talking about who's #1, why they're #1, how much money they're making from being #1, and what do you need to do to beat them. So if you want the video, just press on the button, answer the 3 questions, and I will record it and send it over to you as soon as I can. But because these takes time to record and analyze, I can only do 10. So if you're interested, just add your details here and be sure to be quick. Thank you.